Oh, a picture-perfect evening here in Seattle, Washington, as the 8-3 Seattle Storm take on the 3-9 Las Vegas Aces. We're here in Key Arena in Seattle. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. It's Special Olympics night presented by Bank of America, and we welcome you viewers here locally here in Seattle on Joe TV, as well as nationally on League Pass and internationally on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, you know, the little logo that has the bird, well, we usually have a bird here that wears a number 10, Elise, and unfortunately, she's going to be given the night off for resting purposes. But the good news is Jordan Canada back for Seattle, which is big with Sue out.
Yeah, I don't think that Sue Bird would get rest today if Jordan Canada was still out of the lineup, but she's back. She had suffered a sprained ankle, missed a game and part of another, but Jordan Canada back out warming up earlier this afternoon, looking good and is ready to go. So she will be playing in this game. Not slated to start, but definitely able to play. The other good news is that Crystal Langhorne is back. She's missed most of this season, injured her rib in the first couple weeks and has been out just trying to nurse her way back to health. She's a big-time producer for this team. Shot 64% last year, so she could add a real boost for the Storm off the bench.
The greatest collegiate scorer in history right there, Kelsey Plum, hails from just down the road at the University of Washington, where she applied her trade, and unbelievable player, and has had an up-and-down WNBA first year and a half.
Well, for her, she came into this season a few games late because she won a championship in Turkey. Didn't start when she got here, but now has been in the starting lineup for the last 6 games. First year under Bill Laimbeer, and she's becoming more settled in.
All right, Elise, give us your Carter Subaru keys to the game.
Number 1, Seattle has thumped Las Vegas in the first 2 games, but don't think you can just show up. High-intensity defense from the start, really take Las Vegas out of it. Number 2, find the open shooter. Seattle made 17 threes, a WNBA record the last time they were in Key Arena. Move the ball and get easy looks from 3. And then number 3, win the fourth quarter. They have been outscored significantly, 35-11 in the fourth quarter versus the Aces. Yes, they were up big. Yes, they were winning. However, when it gets to the fourth quarter, put your foot down and win going away.
The 8-3 start for Seattle, tied for second best start in franchise history. The only 2 times they were that good, 2004 and 2010, and they won titles in both years. One of the reasons why. The bench coming up, Courtney Paris has come to the rescue. She's with Elise Woodward.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
It's easy to overlook me.
Dupree again!
Being quiet makes people forget that I'm on the court. I'm not flashy. I just get the job done.
Makes it look so easy.
I'm just trying to lead by example, working towards making myself better. Just trying to work hard every possession on the floor. I'm demanding a lot of myself and of my teammates to take us to that next level. I'm here to work.
Oh, I switched to CenturyLink Internet. It's so awesome. There's no contract, and my price will never change.
Oh, they'll change it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Negotiation's over. Price won't change.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't. Introducing CenturyLink Price for Life Internet with no rate hikes, no bundling needed, and no contract. Keep your rate as long as you keep your plan. Switch now at CenturyLink.com.
They did like a minor hearing test, like something they would administer at school, and I failed. So I look up all these things about hearing loss and I see like these huge hearing aids and I'm like, whoa, like I don't want to wear that. When I first went in for my appointment, my audiologist, she was actually wearing one herself. I didn't notice she had her hair down, and then she took it out and I was like, wow, like you have a hearing aid. And physically showing me that it wasn't as bad as I thought made me feel a lot better about it.
Storm basketball is presented by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. Supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. BECU, the official credit union of the Seattle Storm. and Bank of America, presenting sponsor of Special Olympics Night. Courtney Paris is rebounding at a high rate in her minutes off the bench. I had a chance to catch up with the veteran post player and ask her about her role with the Storm. What a big role you've played with this team off the bench, Courtney. Your rebounding rate has been really high when you're on the floor, and I know that's something a two-time WNBA champ in rebounding. Tell me about what you feel your role is this year with this team.
Well, I think that's one of the big things coming in and rebounding. I know in this league that's something I can do, so when I'm in, that's what I try to do. But just being a physical presence, I know that's something that Coach Hughes talked about when in the free agency period with me, and I just come in and try to do that.
I think you're one of the strongest players in the league, especially the ball in your hands. When that ball is secure, what's going through your mind?
Oh, gosh, I never even thought about that. I don't know. Just keep it, grab it, get it to somebody fast. I don't know.
I loved it. When I was growing up, I loved your dad, Bubba Paris, lineman for the San Francisco 49ers, three-time NFL champ with the Niners. You have a really athletic family, your sister Ashley. What's it like? What does that do for you now as an adult growing up with that many athletes in your family?
I think, well, more as a kid, it just exposed me to athletics and exposed me to big people being athletic, which, you know, I don't know if you don't always see that all the time. So it made me confident in who I am and what I can do and to use my strengths to the best of my ability.
Tell me about fitting into Seattle. This is a beautiful city. You know, you were born and raised in California, but then went out to Oklahoma and spent a lot of your career out there, obviously after college with Tulsa and then with Dallas. What's it like kind of integrating yourself into Seattle?
Oh, it's nice. People are so nice here. It's beautiful. There's so many things to do. And the team is great. They're funny and they're nice. I feel like I've been here for years. Everybody's been so good to me.
Well, you've been a perfect fit. Welcome to Seattle and good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Courtney Paris. We'll send it back over to you.
She has been fantastic, no question about it. Time for now for our Road to Recovery presented by Swedish for Las Vegas. Isabel Harrison out, temporarily suspended. Mariah Jefferson has been out a while with the knee injury. And then Alicia Clark with a right ankle is out for Seattle. Of course, we mentioned at least the rest for Sue Bird as well. So talk about what it looks like here. Take a look at this starting lineup presented by Joe TV. A little different look to it because we've seen the same five for the last 8 games in a row. Noelle Quinn now slides in at point guard for Sue Bird. She's only 2 rebounds away from 1,000 in her career. And the red-hot Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis at the shooting guard position. We'll see if she can carry over hot shooting off the bench.
Well, Sue Bird is leading the WNBA in assists. She is a fabulous point guard, the best that's ever done it. You're going to miss her presence on the floor. Noelle Quinn had some injury issues early in the season, but she has been rounding into shape and has been doing a good job coming off the bench. She's going to have to carry a heavy load, though, at that point guard spot. I'm sure that Jordan Canada will be able to come in and play a lot of minutes off the bench, but she's got to run this team and get them off to a good start. Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis, who's in place of Alicia Clark, who has that sprained ankle. She's been playing really well and has been lights out shooting the basketball, and they're going to need that production.
So Dan Hughes has decided to go with Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis in that lineup. Dan right there leading Seattle to tied for their second best start in franchise history. They did it in 2004 under Ann Donovan, won a championship. Did it in 2010 under Brian Agler, won a championship. And speaking of championships, this guy's won 3 of them. He's also the 2-time WNBA Coach of the Year. The great Bill Lambier, 4th in wins all time, behind Mike Tebow, Brian Agler, and Dan Hughes. So Mosqueda-Lewis, Stewart, Howard, Lloyd, and Quinn for Seattle. And Coffey, Wilson, Park, McBride, and Plum. And boy, that Wilson-Park combination in the middle for this Vegas team, I mean, we could see them start at the 4 and 5 for this franchise for a decade.
It's a young team. You look out there, 2 rookies with Park and Wilson, a second-year player in Kelsey Plum. They are one of the youngest teams, and I think that's why you've seen so many inconsistencies with them. They've played really good in flashes. They just can't maintain it.
And they've played much better defensively over the last few games than they did in the first 5. They're averaging only 81 points per game allowed in the last 4 games. They were up near 100 in the first 5. And here's a turnover right away. The 19-year-old snatches it away. Park with the steal, gives it up to Kelsey Plum, and we are underway with Vegas's first possession.
And I really think that the opening 2 minutes of this game will be big for Seattle. They thumped Las Vegas. They were never in the game, and Vegas has something to prove.
Nice lob pass inside to Coffey, no good. Snatched down by a very good rebounding guard, Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis. very comfortable in the paint, both on offense and the defensive rebounding. Brianna Stewart triggers a three, no good, out of bounds. And it'll be off to Las Vegas, last touched by Natasha Howard. And there's Sue. Obviously not thrilled not to be playing, but understands why. Got to rest that body if you want to play 34 plus, what? We want to play another 10 or so playoff games, right? Almost that many.
I'm sure she would be all for that.
Here's Kelsey Plum. Quick trigger three, no good. Natasha Howard with the rebound, gives it off to Brianna Stewart. 1 on 5 the other way. As Vegas does a nice job getting back. Catch and shoot. Can she stay hot? Off the mark. Snatched down by Asia Wilson. Wilson averaging 8 rebounds a game, good for 10th in WNBA, but she leads rookies in points, rebounds, and blocks. She is your early favorite for Rookie of the Year. Wilson driving in, right off Howard, no good. Brianna Stewart goes high to get that one.
And that was excellent on-ball defense by Howard. Never let Wilson take that corner and turn it with her left hand or dominant hand.
Good post-up position for Brianna. Can't get the jump hook to go down.
Is there a lid on the 2 baskets?
I think so, and these two teams have had no trouble scoring in the first 2 games. But this one they are. And again, a miss. 0 for 4 for Vegas, 0 for 3 for Seattle. First 2 games combined score was about 200 in both of them.
And Jewel Lloyd getting hit in the face. They're grabbing at her, making sure everything is still attached. Well, she's hurting right now. She might have got poked in the eye.
Here's Plum off the miss. To Coffey, draws contact, no good. Asia Wilson's right there and one. And finally, first blood drawn 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this one by the rookie from South Carolina. And she'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I think for Seattle, they cannot afford to have Jewel Lloyd hurt with Sue Bird not suited up in this game. And they're going to go to the bench. Looks like Sammy Wickham is going to check in for Jewel Lloyd after this Wilson free throw attempt.
She said she's having trouble seeing to Dan Hughes.
It was nearly over him back.
Here's Mosqueda Lewis with it. Now to Brianna. Far side, Mosqueda Lewis. Good skip pass to Natasha Howard. Bumped, but no call as Park gets the rebound. Plum with it. Gives it off Wilson. Nice stop and go move there by Asia Wilson. She stopped on a dime, turned and spun it up with the left hand.
Yeah, she's got such good body control for a player of her size. 6'4". She's fast, she can jump. You see her almost get that steal right there on the other end.
Here's Quinn for 3, toes it up. And that's great for Noelle Quinn because she has really struggled from the field since she's come back. That's good to see her knock down her first shot of the game. With it. And the 15-footer by Wilson. She's got things going right off the back, doesn't she?
She has been playing at such a high level. The leading candidate for Rookie of the Year, averaging over 20 points per game, first year out of South Carolina.
Mosqueda Lewis throws it too high, turnover. So Jewel Lloyd comes out. Let's see what happened here.
Yeah, so right here trying to turn the corner, and you see Park. Is that no harm, no foul? Just gets drilled in the face, play on, and she's going to have to be tended to on the sideline, try to regain that vision.
Far side Wilson against Howard. She'll spin. She's testing it right now, isn't she? She's testing the abilities of her game right now, and her abilities are very, very high.
Asia, she is going off right now. 9 points in the first 4 minutes.
All 9 Vegas points by the #1 pick.
She's got a look in her eye, too.
Quinn again. Can she go 2 for 2? Back iron.
And this is what I think the concern was. This Vegas team was embarrassed the last time they were here, and you can see they're playing with a high level of intensity.
Poke 3 by Whitcomb. Asia tries to go back and get it, and does. Can they get the loose ball? No, Kelsey Plum's got it. There's a Storm player down. It's Howard. So advantage goes to McBride, and she drives in. Dan Hughes may need a timeout here. It's 11-3 early.
That was a good scramble play. That was just unlucky. Natasha Howard doing everything right except for securing the ball. Just sacrificed her body. Just was an unlucky bounce.
Stewie back iron. Seattle icy. 1 of 8 from the field.
Well, Sue Bird generates so many good looks for her teammates, and They're missing her right now.
Oh, and a nice turnaround jump shot there. Nia Coffey, the 6'2" forward out of Northwestern. And now's the timeout, as it's a 10-point lead for the 3-9 Las Vegas Aces coming into Seattle, led by their #1 overall pick, who is just dominating. How about 9 points, 5 rebounds for A'ja Wilson? Right there, it's Coffey with the bucket.
Wouldn't it be lovely that you love what you do and make money too?
Our industry is growing by leaps and bounds. Massage therapy is the occupation.
When I started here at Cortiva, I realized that this was a passion. This is something I really wanted to do. The staff was amazing, tremendous support.
They worked with me every step of the way.
It's such a rewarding career. I'm a really good therapist, and I know that because of the education that I got here at Cortiva.
I get a quarter for doing each chore. Mommy gives us money for saving. I put my coins in a giant piggy bank. Tractor-sized piggy bank. I have 3 piggy banks that are full. I'm saving up to buy one of My Little Pony dolls. I want this ball that's a frisbee and a ball. And I only get a card, a pineapple card.
Did he just say a pineapple car?
A stuffed animal. Penguin.
A kitten.
A cat. Neko-chan. A house. A motorhome. Like a big one. I probably need to keep saving my money for that. A big baseball field, and a big tour, and a big basketball tour, and a big playground. What? I like saving my money, but I also want a pony.
I grew up in Miami with 3 older brothers and an older sister. They definitely pushed me towards basketball, and they helped me get better.
How do you stop Sylvia Fowles?
I was eager to learn because I always wanted to impress. It just made me a better person. I always felt like I can do anything. That's just that drive that keeps me going. Like, how can I be better than I was last year?
Denied by Sylvia Fowles.
I'm here to work.
What's better than basketball and beer? Perfect combo right there. Knowing that you save lives at the same time, join us this season for our Pint for Pint promotion with Bloodworks Northwest. When you donate blood at any Washington donor center, you'll receive storm tickets and a pint of beer to the upcoming happy hour game. For details and game dates, visit stormbasket.com/happy hour. Well, this is happy hour for the Aces right now. 7 p.m.'s happy hour for the Las Vegas Aces. Jewel Lloyd, good to see her back in the game as Seattle continues to struggle. 11% now, 1 of 9.
Well, just 3 points in the first 5 minutes of action. It's not hard to do the math to know that that's atrocious. They need to get going, and that might spark them.
There you go. And this is a Vegas team that Seattle has scored 100 points or more twice thus far this year against. Stewie with it, back to Sammy Whitcomb. Now here's Stewart. Kick it to Noel. Got a little zone D going on right now. Seattle shoots over it, misses. Natasha Howard the rebound. Loses handle of it. Boy, everybody's just kind of off right now.
A little unlucky there. Great hustle to get to that offensive rebound. She is one of those who just pursues relentlessly.
Another great defensive stop there for Seattle. Jewel testing her eyesight. It's not good right now. You know, if Jewel airballs by a foot, there's something wrong with her eyes. She got poked earlier on, and here comes Jordan Canada to replace Noelle Quinn.
Now, this could be a great spot for Jordan Canada, the rookie out of UCLA, to come in, change the tempo, change the pace, get some teammates some easy looks.
And maybe get her offensive game going as well. She's 0 for 11 in the last 3 games. Here's Sammy. Good feed inside. Oh, didn't need to pump fake that. Could have gone straight up. Settles for the 10-footer and misses. Oh, that was a layup.
I think she felt A'ja Wilson looming. And A'ja Wilson could send that right back.
Here's a skip pass. McBride, 3-ball bumped, fouled, and we got a 4-point opportunity right now for the Las Vegas Aces. And they lead at 16-3.
This is the exact opposite of the start the last time these two teams were here. This is what makes professional basketball unpredictable, is that this is a team that was getting blown out 2 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden they're putting a whooping on Seattle here early. 16-3. Seattle just cannot get the ball to go in the hole.
17-3. The last time these two teams played, Seattle led 18-4. So it is an absolute reversal. Canada's got it. Grabbed in with the left hand. Kick it to Brianna. She's tested her hand a couple times outside. Moves inside, and everything is just being badly missed by Seattle. But Brianna thought, as Dan Hughes did, that ball was touched. As did many of the fans here.
Well, if Sue Bird wants to make a case for being an all-star, you can vote on that right now.
Exactly.
And being an MVP, I think the way that the offense is performing right now gives a pretty good case for Sue Bird and how valuable she is in getting teammates open looks.
Crystal Langhorne into the game for the first time in 8 games. Good to see Crystal back. And before that, she had only missed 7 games in her entire WNBA career.
Yeah, they've missed her presence inside. She is so versatile.
There's a 3 ball on the way, no good. On the other way for the Aces is Young, and Jewel Lloyd steals it. Let's hope she can see well enough to make a layup. She got that one. The jumpers haven't been going with her impaired vision, but the layup works.
Wow, 5 points in 7.5 minutes.
Jordan Canada pokes it free from Young, so Seattle pressure.
And she did not like that call at all. This is what Jordan Canada does, is try to pressure up. This is Jewel Lloyd pressuring up, though. The two of them with their quickness combining to force the turnover, and then Jewel Lloyd with the bucket.
Dan Hughes looking at the official saying, boy, I thought that was pretty clean there.
Jordan Canada can affect things defensively that lead to open buckets at the other end. But she's got to be able to pressure.
Bounces it low now. Bone just checked in. Nice step-through move on Brianna Stewart. Kelsey Bone, 5th year out of A&M. She is now at least 16 of her last 23 from the field.
That was a beautiful move, using her body to up and under against one of the best shot blockers in the game.
Canada with Brianna on the pick, and there's the roll, and there's the bucket. Nicely done there.
That was well done by Jordan Canada. Just the little pass right from the pocket inside to Stewie for the easy bucket.
McBride topside. Gives the Bone, hand back off to McBride. Blocked from behind.
Oh, good.
Brianna goes down hard, but she's okay.
Looked like she might have turned something, so great to see her pop right back up.
The Vegas ball underneath. Tamara Young to do the honors. Lindsay Allen in the ball game. Gets it here against Canada. Forces one up. And a second foul called on Canada.
That one that Seattle knew what was coming, and it was the curl around, and Sammy Wickham guarding the out-of-bounds player helped, and at the very last second, 5-second call almost looming, left to go to another player, and that split second was all they needed to get the ball to Allen right underneath the hoop against the smaller defender in Jordan Canada.
De'Erica Hamby, who's played very well against Seattle, comes in. Her career high in rebounds is against Seattle in 2016. Her career high in points was last August 18th against Seattle, and her career high in steals was last August 5th against Seattle. So she just puts together ball games against the Seattle Storm. 21-7.
Seattle's got to figure out a way to get crisp and efficient on offense.
Behind the back, nice feed to Langhorne. There's her first bucket in 9 contests after the absence.
And she can finish. Beautiful feed down low from Jewel to Crystal Langhorne. When she gets the ball inside the paint, she is just about unstoppable.
High post Hamby against Brianna. Now Bone. She'll back in. A lot of carnage in there. There's 3 yellow jerseys, another black jersey in the paint where Bone was trying to shoot over. Canada with it. Oh, what a move. Splitting defenders and going into the lane for the layup.
Oh, so quick. You cannot hesitate on defense against Jordan Canada. You lift up at all, she will go by you.
They're going to Bone again on Brianna Stewart. Shot blocked by Stewie. And we're seeing that more and more now as just the blunt force trauma when Brianna's playing defense on the post player, just go and back her in.
And sometimes she puts it right back out.
That's true. That's true.
I think they're trying to draw contact on Brianna Stewart, and that is taking away her offense on the other end of the floor by trying to get her in foul trouble.
Now they got Courtney Paris guarding Bone, which is a better matchup defensively, at least from a size perspective. And there's a block shot, but a foul on Brianna with 46 seconds left, and that's her second.
Yeah, and that is definitely a cause for concern. She's going to have to play a lot of minutes here today. She leads this team in minutes played. And without Sue Bird and without Alicia Clark, down 2 starters, she's going to have to take up some slack. And they need her on the floor to be able to do that. And not only that, need her on the floor being able to play her game and be aggressive. Those 2 fouls here in the first quarter might limit that somewhat.
I already mentioned Hamby's career high is against Seattle, well, as is Tamara Young, who just made that free throw. Her career high came in September of 2016, 24 points against the Storm. So a lot of these Vegas players play very well against Seattle. Good attempt there by Brianna Stewart on the catch. And she's fouled by Young inside.
And that's a simple play for younger players watching at home, but Brianna Stewart went to go get the ball. She didn't wait for it to come to her because she wouldn't have drawn that foul. She went and physically, actively, watch her, goes to get the ball.
Yeah.
She's not trying to wait for it.
Canada tries a one-hand one, but Langhorne snags it. 9 on the shot clock. Explodes, goes right to the rim and one. Jewel Lloyd, no worse for wear after getting poked in the eye earlier in the quarter. She'll go to the free throw line, try to cut this deficit to 8.
Yeah, and a good sign of life. Just getting in the lane, the crowd approving, just taking off in kind of an ugly, broken play and able to get to the lane and finish. That's what she does best, just uses her athleticism. Look at her get up here, take that contact, and finish anyway.
Well, Seattle can get a stop and a bucket and turn this into a 6-point game at the end of the first quarter after they played the way they played. That's a minor miracle.
They've got to start playing defense, and they have over these last few possessions. The other thing, Asia Wilson is having a rest on the bench, and they have not looked like the same team with the rookie out of the game.
Hamby double team, back to Young, 18-footer, side spin on it, no good. Rebound Paris, 10 seconds left, got to get going. Canada is a good candidate to do that. Gives it off to Lloyd, got 4. Got 3. Canada pump fakes with 2, with 1. The floater in the lane. Get in there. Jordan Canada makes it that 6-point deficit. It is a minor miracle. Seattle plays about 8 terrible minutes of basketball, but the last 2, good enough to get down to 6.
We talk so much about the news that we cover and how people at home receive that news. Tonight is about the people who watch and what they care about.
What's the biggest problem facing us right now as a community?
It's so expensive. It's a lot of hardship.
I need to know what's going on where I live.
I don't want those guns in the schools.
I'm over the hate. There should be a balance.
Well, what I took away from it was a sense of community.
It was fun to just chat with them and come away with it feeling like we have a better understanding.
At Money Tree, we think cashing your check should be quick and easy. That's why we've been saying yes for over 30 years. We cash all types of checks and don't hold your funds. So stop standing in line. Bring your check to Money Tree and get your cash today. We also offer payday loans, prepaid debit cards, and more. Check us out at moneytreeinc.com or stop by. We'd love to say yes to you.
Money Tree, your money in time.
Hey, want the fastest internet? Done. And now Xfinity Mobile's included. You could get up to 5 lines. You could save $400 or more a year, which you could spend on a funktastic music video. Boom. Dance party!
Simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet with more speed than ever and TV for $35 each a month for a year when you buy both. And ask how you can save with Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit us today.
Every World Cup since '94, Mexico's lost at the same time. The curses are meant to be broken.
This June on Q13 Fox.
It's summertime, the season to go to your go-to place. And no matter where that is, stop by Les Schwab for a free pre-trip safety check. you'll see why we're the go-to place for tires and brakes, no matter where you're headed. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Storm Fit programs in full swing this summer. Basketball camps, clinics for kids, free community practice with the entire Storm team on July 12th. We got something for every family. For more information on the Storm Fit programs, visit stormbasketball.com/StormFit. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. It was a Las Vegas-dominated first quarter, except for the last 2 minutes when Seattle went on a 9-1 run and trimmed a 14-point lead down, and we got a foul inside. It'll be Vegas shooting 2.
And I think every moment that A'ja Wilson stays on the bench, the way that she has been playing and the production that she's been providing, you better go on a run. And see a nice move there by Young, just drawing the contact inside on Paris.
Young misses the free throw. She's now 1 of 3 from the stripe. Paris with the foul, her first.
Now you're looking at a star in the making. 20.5 points per game, almost 8 boards per game. There's only been one player that has scored more than that over the course of her rookie year, and that was Simone Augustus. And I'll say that she's had a pretty good career.
Decent career. Here's Mosqueda Lewis driving in. Good feed to Paris. Put it up with the right hand. No good. Probably could have finished with the left. Tried to get her own rebound. Can't do it. Seattle's had a couple of bunnies today not go.
Yeah, everything was good. Just got to finish down low.
Bone back to the basket. Back to Young. 16-footer. Good follow through. Misses that one though. Another rebound for Mosqueda Lewis. Her second of the game. Canada like a jet across the timeline. Bouncing it back to her. Mosqueda Lewis loses handle of it. It will be Seattle basketball. Kelsey Plum back in, as well as Park and A'ja Wilson. So 3 of the starters back in. And pretty darn good plus-minus for those 3 starters. Plum a +10. Park a +10. Wilson a +14 while she was in there. Jewel Lloyd, tough shot, no good. Jamie Nard in the game as well. The rookie out of Tennessee gives it off to Kelsey Plum. Park with the high ball screen. Plum to Wilson, 8 on the shot clock. High-low, and I think she was going to pass it to the official there. They're kind of wearing the same colors. And here's a nice layup. That pass was nice.
Immediately when the starters come back on the floor, great ball movement. They reverse the court and they get an easy lay-in.
Plum causing the contact on Canada there. Those 2 went at it a few times in Pac-12 play.
Look at this cut by A'ja Wilson. That is a veteran move. Top of the key, the defense relaxed after the skip pass, and she just darts to the bucket for an easy 2. And that takes a lot of energy to move without the basketball.
Canada blows by Plum. Nicely done there. Fakes left, goes right, and finishes. Canada's going to try to make life miserable here for Plum on both ends of the floor.
Well, they've had 3 years going at one another in the Pac-12, UW versus UCLA.
McBride slings it up. Nice rebound by the 19-year-old. Does she wear 19 because she's 19? Here's Wilson, throws it all the way up with the left hand over the backboard. Park, the 19-year-old, by the way, the 2nd youngest player in WNBA history.
Yeah, that time Kelsey Plum leaning into the screen, and you can see Jordan Canada read it well. As soon as she had her lean in, she blew by with the right hand.
Stewart mishandles, now gets it back. Hands off Mosqueda Lewis.
And give credit to Las Vegas. There's been a lot of that mishandling, ball poked loose, deflections, and it's just taken Seattle out of their rhythm.
Lloyd gets a hip check screen for Paris. Back into Courtney, who finishes. Nicely done there. Seattle's had a couple pick and rolls work very well recently. Young back the other way. Altered shot by Breanna Stewart, and we're going the other way. Lloyd across the timeline. Teammates finally fill. Lloyd's going to scoop it up with the right hand. Snatched down by Young. Lloyd's taken some very tough shots today. She's 2 of 6.
That one in traffic off her right hand and right foot.
Plum, the big 1-2, spins it up. No. Smallest player on the floor gets the rebound. Stewie against Wilson. Plum sees the screen coming from Stewart, gets around it. Canada keeps the dribble, drives baseline, and loses it. Nicely defended by the former Husky, Kelsey Plum.
It was a great battle. Somebody who watched them play frequently over their careers in college. Two of the best the Pac-12 has ever produced. It's fun to see them go at it in the pros.
Well, now to McBride. Catch and shoot with quickness. No good. Mosqueda Lewis, her third rebound. Wholesale substitutions coming in for Seattle here shortly. Lloyd jab steps around a Paris screen. Mosqueda Lewis, around the horn we go. Brianna Stewart feeds Paris inside. Paris in the right place at the right time. She just has a feel for where to be, doesn't she?
And it's a beautiful feed from Brianna Stewart. Double team coming to her as it often does. And 6'4" with the ability to pass off the dribble is something special.
6-0 run, Seattle within 3. That's as close as they've been since 3-0. Jump shot from 15, up and in for Asia Wilson, and we have a double-digit score already, just 14 minutes into this ball game.
And that one is know your personnel. Why are you leaving Asia Wilson? It's the one player right now you don't want to leave. She's red hot with 13 points, 7 boards. She's wide open.
Boy, driving, finding Brianna. Gets a lot of contact in there. Park thought she got all basketball, but Brianna's going to go to the free throw line for the free throws after this timeout. 5:40 left to go in the second quarter. Aces still lead, but only by 5. Courtney Paris, as usual, doing damage off the bench.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
At Bank of America, we're committed to building a more inclusive world for everyone. Because we believe examining different perspectives fosters understanding around important issues and creates a more connected society for us all. Go to bankofamerica.com/betterconnected to learn more.
My cough was so bad that I broke 3 ribs coughing, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't walk 5 feet. I was getting sicker and sicker. I finally went to urgent care. That's when I met the people at Swedish. I'm used to doing almost everything myself, and now I had to count on people to do these things for me. And it's hard to give up that kind of control. They make you feel like you're the only patient I have today, and we're going to take care of you, and we're going to get you well. I trust these people with my life. I'm very happy with them. I don't want to go anyplace else.
It's summertime, the season to go to your go-to place. And no matter where that is, stop by Les Schwab for a free pre-trip safety check. You'll see why we're the go-to place for tires and brakes, no matter where you're headed. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Hey fans, join us this Friday, Happy Hour, and tip off Seattle Pride Night, supported by PwC. Got All-Star Voting Rally on the West Plaza. Doors open early at 5:30. An extended 90-minute happy hour. The Storm take on the Indiana Fever at 7 right here on Carter Subaru Court at Key Arena. Secure your seats at stormbasketball.com. Noelle Quinn back at the game for Seattle. Brianna Stewart to the free throw line. For Las Vegas, it's really been a one-player show, Elise. Asia Wilson, 6 of 9, 67%. The rest of the team, 4 of 18. So what do you do to slow down number 22?
Well, she's actually had a lot of her production from the high post area, that elbow, and she's getting open looks. So Seattle's defense right now giving her that open look, and she's knocking it down with consistency. I think you're going to have somebody stay with her on that pick when she rolls. Wherever she's at, you got to have somebody near her.
Steal for Natasha Howard. Here comes Noelle Quinn the other way. Howard and hit that three, but she likes to drive even better, and that was pretty. She gets to the hole in one dribble and 2 steps from the three-point line.
She is just so explosive and smooth at the same time. The athleticism where she can fit her way in tiny little spaces in the key.
Coming off a career-high 25, that's her first bucket of this game.
And that's good defense on ball by Howard, just getting a hand in the face of Wilson, making it a tough shot.
Polina around to Brianna, screen. Going in, laying it up. Seattle now getting to the rim. Really, when that run started at the end of the first quarter, it's all about getting to the rim, and that's what they've done it multiple times. 10-2 Seattle run. McBride for 3 in the second chance. So they're going to call it a 2. I was going to say the second 4-point opportunity.
And that's what you want on the defensive end of the floor. Look, Asia Wilson's going to get her points. She's going to get her looks, but Howard recovering enough to get a hand up in her face and alter the shot. Make her fade away. Make it be tough.
Kim McBride, 16 points, 4 rebounds a game. She's at 9 already tonight and now with 10. So both players in double figures tonight are Las Vegas Aces. Wilson with 13, McBride with 10. Kick ball there.
That's unfortunate. Stewie was down low and had Wilson pinned, but the good defense knocking that ball away before they could find her.
A lot of tough duty for the bench tonight with Alicia Clark out, with Sue Bird out, and with Crystal Langhorn not going to play a lot of minutes in her first game back. Catch and shoot Whitcomb. A lot of backspin, no. Tipped around, Natasha Howard has it. To Quinn, pull up, hit one today. This one doesn't go in. Comes Allen the other way. Feeds Wilson. Coffey from 20, no good. Park with the rebound. McBride, she's the best three-point shooter this team has, and she knocks it stiff. She has got 13 of her team's 25 made threes this season. That's right, they've only made 25 three-pointers all season long. She's got 13 of them.
A great stretch for Vegas as they have stretched this lead back out to 8.
Brianna Stewart cuts it to 6, could be 5 as she goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, just her second bucket of the day. Vegas has done a nice job of limiting her touches and getting all up in her, but this time Asia Wilson one-on-one, doing the back down, battle it out game, and the quick turnaround for Brianna in the three-point play.
Bill Lambier yelling out to official Randy Richardson, same call down here. He just said 3 times. I want the same call down here, same call down here.
No, Asia Wilson really hasn't posted up in this game that much. It's been a lot of pick and pop.
Bones posted up a few times, but you're right. Wilson has not.
Oh, look, he got the call he was looking for.
That's why he's won 3 titles. Good at it. Dan Hughes befuddled.
Oh, just here? Yeah, it's a good call. I mean, she had her arm. Yeah. I mean, it was the hook that got the foul. Anytime you hook and you put your arm around the back, you're going to get called. And right there, that's another one.
Yep, Mosqueda Lewis was hooking.
Post defense is difficult. You're down there battling, and a lot of times it's counterintuitive. The offense is trying to get contact. They want to feel you. If you have to get around and you have to get off so that they can't seal you and can't feel you, it's tough.
Oh, Coffey inside, no good. Park with the rebound, but now Brianna's got it on the run. It's a 4-on-2 for Seattle. Lloyd to the left, Noelle Quinn to the right, and Brianna will take it herself right to the window. And we'll have the 2 shots.
And that's a rookie moment right there, because there ain't too many. 6'4" players are going to go right at Asia Wilson and draw that foul in the open court.
Taking a look at the WNBA scores from earlier today. New York with the win over Atlanta, 79-72. How about Angel McCoughtry, a season high in the WNBA for points, 39 of them in that game. And also the Lynx beat the Wings 91-83. Sylvia Fowles with her typical Sylvia Fowles night, 19 and 17. Stewie hits them, and it's 34-31. Back to a 3-point deficit. That's as close as Seattle has been able to get. They've done it now twice.
And Asia Wilson with the second foul, taking a seat on the bench.
Coffey forces one up with the left hand. Now Seattle could potentially tie with this possession. Stewie with it. Over to Mosqueda Lewis. driving in, goes all the way to the 10, now throws it intended for Natasha Howard and out of play. 2:55 left to go in the second quarter. Back to Key Arena. We got a hotly contested one here. Aces still with the 3-point lead.
Hey, it's Ellen Taylor in Tukwila going to iFly. Let's skydive. Hanging with General Manager Darren Dos Santos. Thank you for having me. What can I expect?
Well, Ellen, thank you for coming in. You can expect to fly today. That's essentially what we're doing.
I've never done this in real life or in virtual reality. Can you kind of give me some tips on, what to expect?
Yeah, well, you're going to come in, you're going to be working with a trained professional.
Okay.
You're going to do a couple of experiences first prior to the actual VR, and then we're going to get you into the VR, and you're going to jump almost anywhere you want.
Now, where is anywhere? Like within the United States, or can I go anywhere in the world?
Well, we have a team right now that are training and grabbing new footage all the time. We have 4 skydives currently. We have Dubai, which is a lot of fun. We have Hawaii and California. We also have the Swiss Alps. So today you get to choose where you want to jump.
I mean, this seems like a one-of-a-kind experience. If someone else wants to enjoy it, where can they go and sign up?
Well, this is it. iFlyWorld.com. This is brand new. Nobody's ever done this before, so we are introducing this to the world.
I'm excited and nervous. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Darren, thank you so much.
That was awesome.
If you want to experience iFly in virtual reality, check them out in Tukwila.
I'm more of a cerebral player. My parents are both immigrants. They've always emphasized education, and that made me a better player.
Elizabeth Williams, beautiful down.
I like watching film. I like reading the scouting reports. I like that approach to the game. This season, I'm focusing on having more of a leadership role. I want to be the person that people can look up to. I'm here to work.
Storm fans, join us for the Kaiser Permanente free community practice hosted by the city of SeaTac at Seattle Southside. It's at Seattle Christian School in SeaTac, July 12th at 6 o'clock. Meet the players, win prizes, and more. Visit stormbasketball.com/community practice to learn more. Dick Fain, Elise Woodward with you from Seattle. Las Vegas has led throughout, believe it or not. The 3-9 Aces. Here's Jordan Canada off the glass and the rim there, and Canada stays icy from outside. Here's Hamby with it, puts it up, no good. Tipped around, and Jordan gets a hand on it. Did she save it? Yeah, she knocked it off of a member of the Aces. I believe that was Coffey over there. It was indeed, and good hustle by Jordan Canada here. Getting in the way, and it did indeed go off of Coffey's knee. Canada against Allen. Howard with it. Park got there late. Howard didn't take advantage of it, but did get good post-up position for the right-handed flip.
Oh, Natasha Howard. She has just had such a fabulous start to this season and been such a fit. Both ends of the floor.
Hamby double team, stone wall, just tried to throw it up. Got her own rebound. It was almost like a pass to herself off the rim.
Yeah, it's a tough box out there when you're so deep. You don't really have the momentum to be able to turn around and get a body on, and she read that perfectly to get her own miss.
Mosqueda Lewis with the tie. Got it! 36-36. First time we've been tied, Elise, since 0-0. It's been all Vegas tonight.
And at one point down 17-3. They've walked it back. And I don't think there's any coincidence that Asia Wilson not on the floor right now.
Ride with it. Fans making noise now with the defense chant. Coffey draws contact. And Kalina Mosqueda Lewis got the brunt of that one right in the midsection. So Coffey will go to the free throw line. Had a couple of Storm guards worse for wear tonight, with Jewell with the eye and Mosqueda Lewis with the belly.
I hope she's okay. She's shooting the ball so well. Just knocked down a 3 for her 5th point of the game. That Alicia Clark in this game, she's going to need to play a lot of minutes and be productive.
Coffey struggled to put the ball in the hole tonight. 1 of 8 from the field, and now 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Make it 0 of 2, but Park the offensive rebound. Brianna's right there. Park can't get it to go, but she stays with it, flips it up. No, offensive rebound is good, and that's one way to break out of your slump is get a put-back layup.
And once again, Seattle's bigs push underneath the hoop. Just couldn't grab it. They were way too deep.
Whistle a foul outside. That's going to go on to Erica Hamby.
That was a good job by Brianna Stewart. Hamby, the defender, an athlete out there just way up, pressuring in. A lot of bigs would not be able to handle that, but she was able to pivot away from the pressure.
Bill Lanebeer does not like the call. He said, did you see the elbow? He's been riding him a little bit today.
Well, it is one of the, it can be a difficult call when a defender is in the offensive player's space and then they try to clear space. You can't lead with your elbow. You can't lead with your elbow, but you are entitled to move the ball back and forth with your elbows out. You just can't initiate contact and swing the elbow.
Tough judgment call. 38-37, Aces by 1. Seattle still looking for their first lead of the game. Allen spins, going baseline on Canada. Skips the pass over to McBride. Good shooter. That's off the mark. Howard tries to save it and does. All right, can Seattle take their first lead inside a minute to play in the second quarter? Canada driving in and just throws it right into the knee of Hamby. Fortunate there for Seattle because that should have been a turnover. And Hughes calls out the play from the far side. Box set for Seattle to bring Jewel Lloyd up. Give it to Mosqueda Lewis. 12 on the shot clock. Lloyd has it. Brianna, a lot of contact inside. She runs into Lindsay Allen, and that's going to go on Allen. And every time Brianna Stewart goes to the deck, Elise Woodward holds her breath. I notice that every game.
Can you hear it on the broadcast? When you have somebody that is 6'4" that's hitting the deck, that's a long way down.
Yeah. And at times,
she gets beat up. I mean, it's been the MO since she came in the league. Make her prove how tough she is. And now in her third year in the league, she still gets knocked around a lot. It's just, she has to deal with it night in and night out. So, yeah.
And there's no problem.
I can't lie. I think I do. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before, but it makes me nervous.
Calling you out on that. There has been a couple times where she's landed over people, and that's when it's really, really scary. Here's Hamby with it, and Seattle has their first lead of the game as we were talking about Brianna's exploits there. Most importantly, Seattle has the cushion now, 1 point. Coffey skips the pass over the top. McBride against Lloyd, driving baseline, 3 on the shot clock, loses handle, but Seattle's got 6 seconds left. Here comes Cannon on the push with 4, across the timeline with 3. She's going to pull up at the buzzer, no good, and it's tipped around a little late. But how about this? Who would have thunk it? Seattle not only trailed by 14 once, they trailed by 14 3 separate times in the first half, but they've made a nice steady push to get themselves back in it, and they lead by 1. Here's Dan Hughes standing by with Elise Woodward.
Well, Coach, you're down 2 starters today. No Sue Bird, no Alicia Clark, and you got down 17-3, but then you rallied back. What turned the tide?
Well, I thought we just got comfortable with ourselves. You take 2 starters out in that situation. We were hurried. We were rushing. Did a better job of just executing a little bit. Battled them a little harder, I think, down there for their low post-up action. And we just got comfortable.
Asia Wilson was really good initially, and she's been good throughout, but with her on the floor, they've been really steady. Do you change anything you do defensively against her?
Yeah, I think we've got to do a better job of not having to close out to her. We're going to have to stay attached, and that's tough. But we got to do a better job of not having to be rotating to her. She's a very good player.
Well, you're right back in it, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That is Dan Hughes. Dick, I'll send it back over to you.
Yes, indeed, they are right back in it. Thanks to the last 2 minutes of each quarter. They went 9-1 to end the first quarter. They go 13-4 to end the second quarter with Stewie 8 of those 13 points. Halftime festivities with the Storm up 1 coming up next.
Charlotte underwent heart surgery at Seattle Children's at just 4 months old. Throughout her childhood, she's had a host of other medical issues. Her family qualified for financial assistance so they could focus on helping Charlotte get better, not her medical bills. When you say yes to Seattle Children's, we can say yes to providing uncompensated care to those who need it most. See what your yes can do at seattlechildrens.org/yes. Hope, care, cure.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sue Bird. Today I'm going to be taking you around to some of my favorite spots in my favorite neighborhood, Queen Anne. But I'm also going to be showing you one of the best new ways to get around town. It's called Line Bike. Stop number 1, Kerry Park, aka the view from Fraser's condo. By far the best view in the city. Next is How to Cook a Wolf, an awesome little neighborhood restaurant. This is one of my after-game go-tos for sure. Finally going to drop you off at Bayview Kinnear Park so I can get some shots in. Big thanks to Line Bike for getting us around. Make sure you download that Line Bike mobile app today.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Halftime is brought to you by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline Ballard and at cartersubaru.com. And Bank of America, presenting sponsor of Special Olympics Night. It's Special Olympics Night here at Key Arena. Let's take a look at the connection between the Storm and this incredible event.
When I was in high school, our high school hosted the Special Olympics, and it was just exciting to be a part of this because it was a range of kids from all ages. And then I actually was an MC one year for the Special Olympics event at my home. And, you know, anytime that I'm able to be a part of it, I want to. I would say my favorite moment would be, you know, you would have the younger kids doing the 100-meter race and, you know, being able to be out there with them, seeing them, you know, smile and really enjoy it. And like, they're fast. Like, the little kids were going.
With athletes competing in front of over 70,000 attendees, this year's games promise to be the biggest yet.
1, 2, 3, This is the USA Games. We're all going to have family members there, friends coming down from all over to watch and to win it.
My role with Special Olympics is I'm an ambassador for the Games in Seattle, and it's an honor. I think what I'm looking forward to most is just, well, being able to be here and just, you know, be able to be a part of it. Wanting to make sure that all the athletes and the families competing, everybody like that has a great time. But also showing that, you know, this is such a big deal that we have people from all over Seattle, all over the country coming here in support of you. Coming to the Storm games for, I don't even remember how long it's been. Many years. I like being close to the players, and it's pretty good because you get to really see what the players are doing. You get to see the action on the court. I used to do running. I used to play basketball. And right now, I play bocce. I feel like I'm playing like I'm a Storm team member. You know, get to see who gets to win too, right? And I get to cheer on my teammates. It feels like I'm almost, it's like I'm on a team as well. What I'm also really excited for is to get to show pride for Team USA.
Bank of America has been a proud partner with Special Olympics for over 30 years, and we're so excited to be a sponsor of the upcoming USA Games here in Seattle because we believe in inclusion. I think it's important that we support Special Olympics athletes because there's so much that we can learn from individuals with different perspectives than ours, right? I think a lot of times we think when we work with individuals who are different than us, it's that we're doing something for them. Then I think it's really about what can we learn together and learn with to really create a community that's really inclusive. We are so excited to be able to host the USA Games. Over 4,000 athletes from across the country are coming to Seattle, and all of our volunteers, along with so many other companies and community members, to be able to support these athletes who are coming into the region to compete.
Good job, good job. We want to use our platform to help, inspire the younger generation.
We're all here to serve in some sort of way. We're not just here to be basketball players.
At once, we were little girls and we had role models that we looked up to, so kind of being in that position now, it's an honor.
So I switched to CenturyLink Internet. It's great. My price is set for life.
For life?
For life.
They can't do that.
Yeah, no contract either.
What, no contract?
No contract.
They wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't do that.
We did that.
Guys, I'm telling you.
Introducing CenturyLink Price for Life Internet with no contract, no bundling needed, and no rate hikes. Keep your rate as long as you keep your plan. Switch now at CenturyLink.com.
Welcome back to Seattle Key Arena. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward. And believe it or not, even though the Storm trailed 17-3 in this one, they're ahead 39-38. How much of that start for Seattle had to do with the fact that Sue Bird is resting and they didn't have their normal point guard leading things offensively?
Well, I mean, I certainly think it didn't help not having Sue Bird and Alicia Clark out there. It's pretty amazing that Seattle has the lead in this game in which they're 2 of 10 from the three-point line. They're only 15 shy of the production that they had against Las Vegas the first time. They just didn't shoot the ball well at all. And Las Vegas came out and hit some tough shots and then got really confident and started rolling. But with A'ja Wilson on the bench, Seattle was able to make their move.
A'ja Wilson dominant in that first quarter where they got out to a 14-point lead on 3 separate occasions, and she got it going.
Yeah, that's a tough shot over the good defense of Howard. And then this one, you just can't leave her that open. The double team goes to the ball carrier, leaving Wilson open for the face-up. And then Natasha Howard, how pretty and smooth is that take all the way into the key. Defensively here, getting out, getting a hand in the face of Wilson, trying to disrupt. That's all you can really hope for. And then the change of pace, a little hesitation, finishing strong with her left, and then hiding behind that screen, and then exploding for the right hand lay-in for Jordan Canada, the rookie. So Seattle, I think, should feel fortunate they only have that they have a 1-point lead in this game, because there were stretches where they played really poorly.
Stats aren't pretty. I mean, Seattle's only shooting 43%. Their magic number has been 45%. They are 7-1 this year when they shoot 45% or better, but they've held the Aces down despite the hot start, just 33%. How about this? The Aces have more three-point made field goals than Seattle does, coming from the team that's only made 13 of them all season long, and they're also dominating Seattle on the boards 25-18. First half leaders, Brianna Stewart had 10, but 8 of them coming in the last 3 minutes and 46 seconds. She was very good down the stretch and grabbing that lead.
You know, they really needed to get her the ball, find a way. I think another big factor in this game are just the hustle points. Vegas came out and played really with conviction in the first 5 minutes of the game, especially. They have in this game 10 offensive rebounds. Seattle has 2. When you miss that many shots, if you're Seattle and you only get to the offensive boards twice, don't blame Natasha Howard. She's been in on every rebound. She is relentless on the offensive glass. But everybody else, that's where you pick up easy buckets, is getting in and getting no boards.
39-38 our score. Anybody's ball game. We got 20 minutes to play. Let's do it next from Key Arena. This is Storm Basketball.
I went out running with my wife. About 10 minutes later, I find myself on the ground, barely able to walk. I had 3 different arteries that had dissected when I was being led away to surgery. I remember my wife just falling to the ground. It was the only thing that mattered in my life was my wife. And I couldn't take care of her. And this nurse just went back and hugged my wife on the ground. To this day, I never thanked her, but it means the world to me.
I get a quarter for doing each chore. Mommy gives us money for saving. I put my coins in a giant piggy bank. Try to die piggy bank. I have 3 piggy banks that are full. I'm saving up to buy one of My Little Pony dolls. I want this ball that's a frisbee and a ball. And I only get a card, a pineapple card.
Did he just say a pineapple car?
A stuffed animal. Penguin. A kitten. A cat. Neko-chan. A house. A motorhome, like a big one. I probably need to keep saving my money for that. A big baseball game, and a big tour, and a big basketball tour, and a big playground. What? I like saving my money, but I also want a pony.
Halftime has been brought to you by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. And Bank of America, presenting sponsor of Special Olympics Night.
Seattle Storm up by 1. And if history means anything, that means the Seattle win is coming. They are 7-0 this year when they lead at halftime. They are just 1-3 when they trail, even though they trailed most of this first half. And their biggest lead, Elise, right now, it's their biggest lead of the game, is 1 point, 39-38. Not only did Vegas have that 17-3 lead that you mentioned late in the second quarter, they actually led by 14 points 3 separate times in that first quarter. And Seattle really used the end of the quarters as big runs. 9-1 run to end the first quarter play, 13-4 run. So really in the last 5:23 of those first 2 quarters combined, it's a 22-5 run by Seattle. The rest of the game dominated by Vegas.
Well, I think for Seattle, they need to get their three-point shooters open looks. But they had such success driving the ball that you continue to do that until they recover defensively and get some weak side help.
We're underway with Vegas basketball. Quick trigger jump shot off the pass. Kayla McBride a little strong on that one. Snatched down by Brianna. Brianna's mom in the house tonight. They were just interviewing her on the big board. Natasha Howard driving in on Park. Ooh, how about the teenager coming in to erase that one? Plum with it. Working on Noelle Quinn. Ooh, nice crossover dribble. Asia Wilson, the pull-up from 15. That's how she was killing Seattle in the first quarter. That shot right there.
Yeah, and that was well done by Kelsey Plum to get her the ball, bounce pass through 2 defenders, and finding her star.
Quinn now to Lloyd against McBride. Doesn't use the screen by Stewart, but Lloyd gets in and scores. Tough move by Jewell She was a little out of control on some of her drives in the first half. That one was pretty. Julie gets a piece of that. They get it back down to Wilson again. She has just got a lot in her bag of tricks right there.
That is tough right there. That's pretty much unguardable when she can step back and fade away off the block. And the double team can't get there quick enough. That was just so sweet and quick to the bucket.
Brianna posting up strong on A'ja Wilson. They don't give it to her. Mosqueda Lewis between the wickets. 6 on the shot clock for Quinn. Quinn accelerates, now pulls up from 18. In, out, and in again for Noelle Quinn. Quinn 2 of 4 with 5 points.
That thing touched every single part of the rim before it finally decided to drop.
Wilson again, the high release. Boy, that, even for Brianna Stewart, how do you defend that?
She's got the reach, 7'1", with a hand in the face of Wilson, and she claps her hands together. 19 points. She has barely missed in this game. She's 9 of 13. And these have not been lay-ins. These have been tough shots.
Quick timeout by Dan Hughes. He finds the team down now by 1.
At MoneyTree, we make it easy to get the cash you need when you need it. MoneyTree offers payday loans up to $700. Approval only takes minutes.
Fast service. Great people.
We also offer check cashing, prepaid debit cards, and more. Apply online for your payday loan at MoneyTreeInc.com or stop by a MoneyTree branch today.
Thank you, MoneyTree.
Always use short-term credit responsibly.
MoneyTree, your money in time. Hey, want the fastest internet? Done. And now Xfinity Mobile's included. You could get up to 5 lines. You could save $400 or more a year, which you could spend on a funktastic music video. Dance party!
Simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet with more speed than ever and TV for $35 each a month for a year when you buy both. And ask how you can save with Xfinity Mobile. Click, call, or visit us today.
Q13 News at 9 is local news when and where you want it.
Seattle grows in populations like New York or Los Angeles.
Updates on the biggest stories of the day.
Family says he stole thousands of dollars worth of portables for school.
Weather from the Pacific Northwest's most experienced meteorologist.
Different from Tacoma to Everett.
And exclusive sports coverage you won't get anywhere else.
That 89-yard drive.
Walk me through the end of the game. What did you...
Late news early. Q13 News at 9 on Joe TV, Cable 10, Channel 22.
It's easy to overlook me.
Dupree again.
Being quiet makes people forget that I'm on the court. I'm not flashy. I just get the job done.
Pretty makes it look so easy.
I'm just trying to lead by example, working towards making myself better. Just trying to work hard every possession on the floor. I'm demanding a lot of myself and of my teammates to take us to that next level. I'm here to work.
Hey fans, looking for a great way to enjoy Storm basketball like this young lady right there. The BCU Early Saver Zone gives fans discounted general admission tickets starting at just $10 for kids, $15 for adults. Visit stormbasketball.com/early saver for more information. It's been the A'ja Wilson show here in the second half as well. She is 9 of 13 overall. The other aces, 8 for 34. Noelle Quinn for 3, back iron. Tries to get her own rebound, and Kelsey Plum brings it down. 5 lead changes already in this third quarter. We've only played just over 2 minutes. Coffee drives strong, finishes.
Yeah, good take with her left hand. She missed the last couple of weeks, but Ace is glad to see her back out healthy and ready to go. She's provided a spark.
Lloyd, bounce pass. Howard inside, takes contact, gets the foul and the bucket. Natasha Howard will go to the free throw line to try to tie things up.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for Kelsey Plum, rotating over for weak side help. The play before on the other end, Natasha Howard, down low, you see Kelsey Plum rotating over. At 5'8", she's really not going to affect the shot of Natasha Howard, so you don't want to try to body up and give them an easy three-point play.
Howard does knot things up. Natasha for the game, 7 points, 6 rebounds. So double-double may be in the future of Natasha Howard tonight. High low, and Mosqueda Lewis gets hit in the face. The second Storm guard to take a shot in the face today. In the first quarter was Jewel Lloyd. we took it in the eye. This one might have been right in the schnoz. Brianna Stewart on a little blood watch there.
And I think Brianna Stewart's trying to lighten the mood. I'm not sure if Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis thinks it's very funny when she just got drilled in the face. It's kind of one of those. It's funny if the person that got hit is laughing. Otherwise, it's not so funny, right? There's Kalina trying to get around.
Ooh.
And looks like right there, the elbow. I think these are one of those that is going to be interesting. They're going to go to the monitor. Anytime you make contact with the player's face, they tend to call it a flagrant 1. It's a flagrant 2 if it's intentional. That clearly was not intentional. And the way that basketball has evolved, it used to be that was a play that, you know, was a common foul and you went the other way. And things like this happen. You may say that it's not a contact sport. Basketball is a contact sport. And when you're in the paint and you're battling for position, you were most definitely going to take hits to the face. You're going to take hits to the gut.
I'm not a big fan of the flagrant 1, to be perfectly honest. I think there should be 2 fouls. There should be a common foul for plays like that are inadvertent, contact to the head, and there should be a flagrant foul if it is deemed that there was a purposeful swinging of an elbow that contacted somebody in the head. But I guess I can understand why they've done it in the new era of the concussion, and certainly basketball and football played much differently these days than it was even 5-10 years ago.
We understand the intent behind it, and that is player safety, and I think everybody is good with that. I just think that some of these, the intent certainly is not, there's no intent there. It's just two people scrapping for position, and bad things happen when you're scrapping for position sometimes.
Now Alicia Clark giving Kalina a little grief for the look with the cotton ball shoved up her nose.
Everybody thinks it's real funny except for Kalina.
Sure, she's like, not smiling at all.
You know what, this hurts. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for your sympathy. Alicia, Brianna.
What do you make of the pace of this game? I mean, these are two pretty fast-paced teams. Teams that like to put up points. Seattle scored over 100 points in both of the games against the Aces. They have only 46 here with 7:14 left to go in the third quarter of play.
Well, Vegas actually plays at the fastest tempo in the league. They like to get up shots, and for Seattle, they've done a decent job of getting back defensively. It's really been the half-court offense of Asia Wilson that's really carried them. 19 points for the rookie and #1 overall draft pick. 9 of 13 from the field, and so it's the half-court game that they've really excelled at. And I think defensively, Vegas has looked much sharper than they did the last time they were in town, when it felt like Seattle could do anything and score from anywhere and hit 17 threes. They've been much better about getting out to the line, and Seattle's 2 of 11 from the three-point line in this game. If they don't make, I'd say at this point, if they can't get up to 6 or 7 threes, Vegas has an outstanding shot to win this game.
Well, it has been upgraded to a flagrant foul after the official review. So a break for Seattle there.
And really the way that it's written, flagrant ones, when excessive contact and you make connection, it gives the officials the ability to call it.
Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis doesn't get to the line a lot, but when she does, she doesn't usually miss. In fact, that was her first miss of the season.
And the look on her face, she looked at the ball the same way she was looking at her teammates trying to cheer her up. She's like, get in there. What is wrong with you?
She's now 6 of 7 for the year. Is obviously primarily a jump shooter. She's not getting fouled a lot.
And then he was asking, you okay? She goes, yep. And look, she's been great in her minutes coming in today as a starter in place of Alicia Clark, but she's a weapon, especially I like her with Jordan Canada on the floor because she's a penetrating dish player, and Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis is so good at the corner pocket 3.
Oh, nice slide by Brianna Stewart. Pretty pass as well by Jewel.
Moving without the basketball for Brianna Stewart. Somebody that takes the energy and the effort to not only score with the ball in her hands.
How about this? The biggest lead of the game for Seattle. It's all of 3 points. Back down to 1 as Park hits the 19-footer.
Well, that's the change of the game plan. Double team Asia Wilson as soon as he touches it, and Park coming up big with the make, left open, and makes Seattle pay.
I think that's smart by Dan Hughes, because this Aces team has to prove to somebody they can shoot the three, and really only McBride has done that this season. So give up the three ball and just pack it in on A'ja Wilson. Stewie with 6:12 left in the third. Screen frees up the 20-footer, and Wilson with another rebound. She's just gobbling everything up. 19 points, 9 rebounds. Ooh, spin move. Kelsey Plum. Oh, misses the shot, however.
That's a beautiful move. It's so rare to see her miss those shots.
Stewart has really gone to the outside game tonight, and it hasn't really worked for her. She's 0 of 2 for 3, 3 of 10 overall, and I would venture that about 7 or 8 of those shots have come from outside 17 or 18 feet. Oh, Wilson again.
Wilson, he is just killing them. 21 and 10 now, and that is just such a quick release. She's catching it, turning and firing before the defense even knows what happened to him.
Dan Hughes pretty soon is going to sound like Tom Hanks yelling at the volleyball. But Wilson is just killing it right now. Here's Stewart going in, no good. Shot blocked, but she's going to go to the free throw line.
I like that, though. As you mentioned, she has been taking the jump shots the last few possessions, and she's so good at getting to the free throw line. I don't know if you follow out there, for the basketball fans out there, her hoop stats. Her hoop stats had a great little piece on her and get to the free throw line and her efficiency in doing that. Second leading scorer in the WNBA, and a big part is willing to take those hits and getting to the line and then being a very consistent free throw shooter.
Wilson with 3 fouls now. Bone will come in for Park. They will leave Wilson in, so go back at her and see if you can get her 4th here with still 15 minutes of regulation time left. Because they have been a completely different team with A'ja Wilson on the bench.
And now you have to figure for Seattle back in the lead, trying to gain momentum, trying to get this crowd involved.
Wilson drives in, gets her own rebound against Stewart. Probably could have gone up on the right side. Feeds Bone. Bone lays it up with the left hand off the window. That was all Wilson again, just keeping it alive.
A good hustle play for her. The last possession, forcing A'ja Wilson to put the ball down with her right hand as the natural lefty, and they forced the miss, but they got to clean that glass.
Lloyd badly misses that one. A lot of contact inside as Crystal Langhorne goes up between 2 aces.
I think her rib must be feeling better. She just went in there and sacrificed her body. Just went skying up for the rebound in traffic. Came down hard.
Fouls on Coffey. Crystal's looked great today, despite being out the last 8 games. Looks like she's in good shape, which obviously is kind of tough sometimes when you've got a lower body injury to stay in the type of shape that you would normally be in. She's obviously not game shape for 25 minutes, but thus far she's played 7. She'll probably get to 12 or 13 tonight. Oh, forcing it in is Brianna Stewart. And at least one in the end, one there.
Well, the knee was up for A'ja Wilson defensively, and then a lot of contact that we've seen called in this game, but tough finish by Stewart.
How about that double team? Marina Mosqueda-Lewis and Langhorne finding a wall that Coffey runs into. 7 on the shot clock. Plum tries to create. Misses that one.
That's a really good defensive series for Seattle, pressuring up and making their presence known.
Stewie to Lloyd. Around a Langhorne screen. 4 minutes even left in the third quarter. Brianna attacks, step through with the left hand up and in. That is just gorgeous, Brianna Stewart. Right in front of her mom over there.
We're getting a good battle between the #1 overall picks, A'ja Wilson, the big from this year, and then Stewie from 2 years ago, now in her 3rd year in the league. This has been a good battle.
21 for Wilson, 18 for Stewart. The 2 best players on the floor, at least tonight. And I think people would argue any night.
Well, it's been fun seeing them go at it. These are 2 stars in the league already, even though they are both so young.
Canada to Lloyd. Not a bad player in her own right. Gets a screen from Stewie. Pull-up jump shot from 18. There it is on cue, Jewel Lloyd. She said, hey, don't you forget about me. Don't just be talking about Brianna Stewart and A'ja Wilson as all-star players. No, no, no. Seattle by 5. 3:11 left.
Look at this right here. Just getting in the lane and then the pull-up with her left hand off glass. Oh, that's just so pretty. Time spent in the gym, paying off, working on her skills and putting them to good use.
Speaking of all-stars, Stewart, Wilson, Lloyd, the all-star voting is now open. There's also, of course, that's an all-star mom right there, Brianna's mom. Vote for your favorite Storm players each day at WNBA.com or on Twitter using their first and last name along with the hashtag WNBA vote.
Well, and Jewel Lloyd's mom was right next to Brianna Stewart's mom.
Indeed. Good tandem right there. Down underneath the basket. But A'ja Wilson is making her presence felt. 21 points, 11 rebounds. Really single-handedly keeping this team in it tonight. She's really, that mid-range game has just been a killer tonight.
Well, her efficiency, she's 10 of 15 from the field, and that move is just so quick. Remember, she's 6'4", and you see how she keeps the ball so high. You can't block that shot, and clearly you're not going to alter it because Natasha Howard plays as good a defense extended on bigs as anybody in this league. She is fabulous with her athleticism, getting out and contesting shots. She averages almost 2 blocks a game, but A'ja Wilson, if she catches it, man, she just turns and gets up so quickly. She's got the trigger of a guard.
Seattle up to 47%, Vegas at 37%, but they add to it there. Young right to the window and scores. She'll go to the line to try to chop this to a 2-point game.
Yeah, that is one that you just hate to see. A player just going right to the rack out of a timeout. The weak side defense slow to react, and a 3-point opportunity. That is just one that you just hate to see out of a stoppage and play.
No good on the free throw, however. Seattle's got it. It's feed inside. Brianna Stewart gets it from Lloyd again. That's the 2-player game. The moms are sitting together over there, and these players are making them happy.
Jules' mom says to Brianna's mom, "There you go." She says, "Thanks for the pass."
Yeah, exactly. Young. She's
My daughter
well.
likes to share.
Canada with it. 2:30 left in the quarter. 3-point contest. Lloyd again to Brianna. Ooh, almost. That looked good.
That would have gotten the crowd to their
Yes,
feet.
it would have.
But again, Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis back on the floor. There's been a lot. The last time that San Antonio was in town, there was, just players mixing it up, a lot of contact plays. That time, 2 players getting tangled up. Once again, Kalina Mosqueda-Lewis there. But the offensive foul results in the turnover for Vegas.
Well, Vegas' coach loves physical play. There's no question about that. Not many people more physical than Bill Laimbeer back in the day. Jewel Lloyd splashes it home. Her mom's up, pumping her fist.
A big shot for Jewel Lloyd, extending the lead.
Wilson kicks it out. 6-point advantage. Biggest lead of the game for Seattle. Wilson trying to quell the uprising. Coffey, who's been struggling all night, knocks that one down. That's her first semi-long range shot that she's knocked down today.
And that was really good defense by Seattle. They forced A'ja Wilson to keep giving the ball up, but her teammate made a play.
Stewie off the front iron. A little heat check 3 right there for Jewel.
Their battle down low on the post.
McBride going against Jewel Lloyd. Foul on Jewel as Kayla McBride, the old teammates of Jewel, is a Notre Dame, beats her on the dribble drive and will go to the free throw line.
Got some feistiness out there right now. There's definitely a little extra something right here. Going right there. Jewel Lloyd was adamant, "You're not scoring on me," going to the hoop. And a little huff and a puff there. Just, get off me by McBride.
Well, they played much tougher basketball as of late. They allowed 96 points in the first 4 games, including allowing over 100 to Seattle twice. But they've only allowed 81 points over their last 4 games, and Seattle right about on pace for that 81 as well. And if Vegas is averaging 81 points allowed, they're going to win some games this year. That's what they need to do, because they can definitely score in the 80s to 90.
Well, they beat Indiana. They beat New York.
Langhorne finishes. She gets poked in the eye. How many eye pokes are we going to have tonight?
There's just a lot of extracurricular. You better be tough in this matchup. You're going to get hit.
Coffey again hit her last one. That one badly missed. Natasha Howard the rebound inside a minute to play in the third.
And Seattle had pushed it up to 6 and then 4 straight by Vegas.
Canada drawing contact, gets knocked to the deck, no call. Here comes the other way, McBride. Crossover dribble right by Langhorne into a double team. And we'll go to the free throw line. McBride is starting to feel it right now. She's got that look.
She was going to put the ball on the ground, and she was going. And she was not going to stop. And you have to kind of read the momentum as a defender. It was open space, open floor. Make her pick the ball up and then close her out. But instead, Seattle's defense reach in and you send a very good free throw shooter to the line for 2 easy ones, as opposed to giving her a tough shot in the lane with a lot of bodies there to alter that shot.
Second foul on Natasha Howard as McBride hits the first. This could give her 17 points on the game. She's perfect from the free throw line thus far, and she knocks it home. 6 of 6 from the stripe. She's been by far the most aggressive player to the rim tonight for Vegas. She's got 6 of her team's 16 free throw attempts. Lloyd around a hip check screen. She drives baseline, kicks it to the corner. That is Kalina's shot right there, but she misses. Here comes Young the other way.
A good battle by Howard to try to pursue that ball. Just couldn't quite get it.
Interesting shot by Park. She knocks it down. That's the good news, but she gave Seattle another possession. She did not have to shoot that because the shot clock was off.
She says, if I'm open, man, I'm letting it rip.
She is.
Deservedly so.
Mosqueda Lewis on the other side. 2 seconds left. Lloyd at the buzzer off the rim. And we will go to the final 10 minutes of regulation. Tied up. We have 5 ties on the game, 11 lead changes, and most of them in that third quarter. Back after this.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Every day, men and women from communities across this nation serve as Reserve Citizen Airmen.
I am proud to defend our nation.
Proud to be part of a team that helps make a difference.
I am proud to be part of something larger than me and to serve my country.
We celebrate those who have served and those who are proudly serving in the Air Force Reserve. Our mission is to fly, fight, and win in air, space, and cyberspace.
I am proud to be a member. I am proud to protect our...
Proud to serve in the U.S. Air Force Reserve.
Wouldn't it be lovely that you love what you do and make money too?
Our industry is growing by leaps and bounds. Massage therapy is the occupation.
When I started here at Cortiva, I realized that this was a passion. This is something I really wanted to do. The staff was amazing, tremendous support.
They worked with me every step of the way.
It's such a rewarding career. I'm a really good therapist, and I know that because of the education that I got here at Cortiva.
At Bank of America, we're committed to building a more inclusive world for everyone. Because we believe examining different perspectives fosters understanding around important issues and creates a more connected society for us all. Go to bankofamerica.com/betterconnected to learn more.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Storm basketball is presented by Swedish, the official medical care team of the Seattle Storm. Extraordinary care, extraordinary caring. Supported by Carter Subaru, planting a forest one test drive at a time in Shoreline, Ballard, and at cartersubaru.com. VECU, the official credit union of the Seattle Storm. And Bank of America, presenting sponsor of Special Olympics Night.
Both teams with 25 made field goals tonight. Both teams with 3 made three-pointers tonight. Both teams with 11 made free throws tonight. Therefore, we're tied. I think we have to be tied if those 3 things are all true. Here's a jump shot by Sammy Whitcomb. No good.
Makeable shot for her. The Storm, the difference. Vegas 3 of 6 from 3. Seattle 3 of 19. I mean, that's just ugly numbers from deep for the Storm.
Hamby with it to Young.
And not only that, when you have that many misses, how have you only had 2 offensive boards?
That's a good point.
In the whole game.
Young baseline off the back iron. Stewart goes high to get the rebound.
I mean, don't you think more than 2 balls bounce your way?
Just by osmosis.
I mean, usually you can have plays with 3 offensive boards on 1 possession.
Howard beyond the arc. Out of Paris. Brianna Stewart backing in with 3 on the shot clock. Gets it to Sammy, throws it away. Steal coming the other way. Jamie Nard right here from the Pacific Northwest. Lays it up and in. The Oregonian.
Yeah, and that's one you hate because half-court defense has been really pretty stout for Seattle for the most part here in the second half, but you give up a wide-open lay-in after the turnover.
2-point Aces advantage, 10-2 Las Vegas run. Stewie, the one-handed pull-up. That is so nice.
It's so tough, and Aces gambling for the steal, and instead it left Brianna Stewart with a wide-open look at the hoop.
Young with a push-off. No blocking foul on Jordan Canada. And Canada might be coming out here as both Noelle Quinn and Jewel Lloyd are set to come in.
One of those fouls that could have gone either way. Jordan Canada out there and getting an elbow into her chest, trying to get her off. Did she make contact first? That's what the official called. So it'll be a block, and that's her 4th foul, which sends her to the bench.
Nard with it. Now high post, Wilson. Much quicker than Courtney Paris. That's not the matchup you want right there.
And not only that, but she went hard with that right hand. She's the natural lefty that is showing the versatility in her game.
Quinn's got it. Now to Lloyd. 10 on the shot clock. Inside 8 to play in regulation. The corner, Quinn. Driving baseline. Stonewalled by Hamby. 3 on the shot clock for Lloyd. Tough pull-up. 15. No good. Tipped around. Aces basketball. Up by 2. Lob pass underneath. Hamby tries to save it. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Jewel Lloyd.
Now the Aces have thoroughly out-rebounded Seattle 37-26 here in Key Arena. They have just dominated on the glass.
12 for Wilson and 9 for Park. Here's Asia with it. She's going to go straight up on Paris and draws the foul. And Courtney's like, man, I thought it was straight up.
That's one that you just can't afford. You don't want to foul a jump shooter, and Courtney had done a good job. The weak side defense was right there to cut off the lanes. Everything was done. You just got to really remain straight up, because Asia Wilson is an excellent free throw shooter.
She knocks that one down. Second foul on Paris. Nobody really in foul trouble for either side. I mean, Canada has the 4, but there's only 7:27 left. Nobody even has 4 for the Vegas Aces. Back out to a 4-point lead. Got a whistle on the foul inside on the cut from Jewel Lloyd. First foul on Jamie Nard.
Seattle just has been ice cold from deep in this game. So at this point, probably is best if you don't have the touch to take it hard to the hoop. That time just the miscommunication. Noelle Quinn in the game, getting the start with Sue Bird out, and that's one of those that you wish you could have back.
Jeez, that was like the receiver running an out and up, and the quarterback thinking it was an out. That was badly missed. Storm made a couple stops, get some momentum back here. Good defense by Stewart. She knocked the ball out of Young's hand, but Young was still able to push it up there off the window and in.
And a monster screen set by Asia Wilson. on Noelle Quinn. Knocked her to the deck.
Hook pass to Breanna Stewart. Turning and can't get it to go, but she'll go to the free throw line. A 12-2 run right now has got Vegas up by 6.
Look at this screen right here. Boom!
Hello.
Whew, huge. She's not going to get credit for that in the box score, but her teammate getting a bucket.
Stewie's been living at the line tonight. She's got 11 of Seattle's 15 free throw attempts, and she's 8 of 11, now 9 of 12. Mosqueda Lewis in Canada coming in. Seattle getting a little smaller, taking Howard out.
Probably giving Howard just one more breather before the stretch run. Just under 7 to go.
Second free throw is good. Stewie's career high, by the way, is 14 free throw attempts. She only needs one more.
Yeah, she's done a nice job. She's getting, the way that that Vegas has played her is just trying to be really physical with her. And they put her to the line, but she's cashed in.
Wilson with it. Now Young, tough shot. And Young has hit some good ones tonight. Tamara Young, 4 of 8, 10 points, 5 rebounds.
Now, this Vegas team right now is believing. They do not have the look of such a young squad. They are coming to get a win on the road against the hot Seattle Storm that has lost just 3 times all year.
Big 3 on the way from Breanna Stewart, badly missed, well short. Seattle cannot throw it in the ocean from 3. 3 of 20, which is amazing because still, Elise, they are shooting 44% from the field despite being 3 of 20. And Young hits it again, and this one's behind the arc. And look out, it's a 9-point game, and I think Dan Hughes wants to talk about it.
Vegas
he does
can shoot
indeed.
Vegas has been lighting it up.
The worst 3-point shooting team in the league, the Vegas Aces, 4 of 7. The best 3-point shooting team in the league is the Seattle Storm. They're 3 of 20 tonight. Wow.
I don't have time to go searching for news. I enjoy sitting down with Q13, that hometown vibe that you get. It's a way for me to see what's going on locally. What MJ has to say definitely affects how I take care of the horses. Horses are my passion. Oh, today they're definitely in rain sheets.
Rocky roll.
Morning news is important. That's the information that is going to affect my day. I'm Cindy from Tacoma. I'm all local, all morning.
At Money Tree, we make it easy to get the cash you need when you need it. Money Tree offers payday loans up to $700. Approval only takes minutes.
Fast service. Great people.
We also offer check cashing, prepaid debit cards, and more. Apply online for your payday loan at MoneyTreeInc.com or stop by a Money Tree branch today.
Thank you, Money Tree.
Always use short-term credit responsibly.
Money Tree, your money in time.
Every World Cup since '94, Mexico's lost at the same time. But curses are meant to be broken.
This June on Q13 Fox.
At Les Schwab, we give you extra without charging you extra. That means no hidden fees or unexpected costs, ever. Because when it comes to earning your business, we've got nothing to hide. Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing matters.
Hey fans, help us protect our house during our 2 remaining home games in June. Take advantage of tonight's steal of the game. $20 lower baseline tickets for any game in June and enjoy up to a 40% savings. Tickets now available by visiting stormbasketball.com. Ah, look at that. First round draft pick. The Seattle Seahawks. And presumably the starting running back, Rashad Penny, in the house tonight, enjoying some WNBA action. Lloyd tries to lob it in. You're right. There's just, at least there's this malaise for Seattle and just this energy for the Vegas Aces here in the fourth quarter. Vegas 5 of 6 from the field in the fourth. Seattle just 1 of 4.
Well, I do think that when you're missing 2 starters, other players are going to have to play more minutes that they're not used to.
Around the screen, firing it up is Lloyd, no good.
But the three-point shooting has just been, I guess it is what it is. You're going to average things out, right? 17 made threes the first time Vegas was in town. That's the WNBA record. It would send, in terms of the law of averages, that you would be this bad because they have been bad from deep.
Young is a shot block, 3 in the shot clock. Gets it back and puts it in. Tamara Young pumps the fist. She has been the reason here in the fourth quarter. It has not been Asia Wilson.
Well, I have 13 offensive boards for Vegas, 2 for Seattle. So the hustle plays, those are all about getting to the board and pursuing and being relentless with your energy. And Vegas has been that. They have outplayed Seattle in a lot of those hustle categories. I mean, right there, the weak side defense is there for Breanna Stewart, but the ball just kind of batting around anybody's ball. But you know what? It's Young who grabs it and puts it up and in.
The last 9 Vegas points scored by Tamara Young. Meanwhile, Seattle has gone over 7 minutes without scoring on successive possessions. It has been a bucket and then a drought for Seattle.
Well, they better start playing some defense or Vegas is going to run away with this thing.
Wilson in the post. Takes it back out Park. Now Young really is feeling it right now. Ball in the shot clock to Wilson. Bullet pass inside. Good defense. No. Foul from behind. I think they're going to get Jewel there with 4:56 left. Yes, they will. That's her 3rd. Good ball movement by Vegas. They really worked it around very nicely all night long.
I think this team is improving not just week to week, but game to game. And they've put together some really good performances. It wasn't just the win against New York and the win against Indiana, but just the way that they've played. The scores have been much closer. And I think, with Bill Lambier, he came out and said, look, I don't think my team has more than a 1% chance of winning the championship this year. It's all about improving and getting better and better as the season goes along. But, they lost by 12 to Phoenix. They lost by 10 to Dallas. So 2 teams that could win the whole thing this year, and they were right there.
They're approaching their biggest lead of the game again, which was 14. That was way back in the first quarter. It's 11 right now. Howard blocked by the rookie 19-year-old. Young coming across the timeline.
And the difference, Park just holding the ground, forcing a tough shot.
Hamby goes in and goes right by Lewis. And now you're in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, this one is just about in the refrigerator, as Chick used to say with the Lakers.
The Jello's jiggling. Here's Canada. Mosqueda Lewis pull up. Every shot Seattle takes is tough.
But does it count as an offensive board for Natasha Howard on the air ball?
And a 3-ball, no. All black jerseys in there to corral the rebound.
And those are 2 categories that when you are that poor in both of those in the same night, it's really tough to get a win. And that is so poor from 3-point shooting, and then you can't grab an offensive board.
17-4 Vegas run right now. Seattle needs this one, and they get it from Natasha Howard. All right, you need a couple stops. You got to get it with about 2 minutes left. You got to get it down to about 7 or 8 at the very, very most. Nard with it. Is that offensive? Yes, it is. Bill Lambier does not like that.
No, a technical would certainly help their cause.
Technical would be nice. He came flying off the bench, pumping his fist, saying, no way. Yeah, she initiated. There's no question she lowered the shoulder. If you initiate contact,
job of accepting the contact and going to the floor.
Let's see if you can get it to, if you can get it to 2 possessions by the 2-minute mark. Then the crowd will be on their feet. They'll be making noise. Vegas is not exactly closed out games this year. Here's Lloyd with the pull-up. There it is. All right, maybe Lloyd's got something going. It's a 9-point game, so single digits. 3:12 left.
Pressure on the ball by Canada, trying to force a turnover.
Bad shot there. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Those are ones that Vegas has done a great job of getting in the lane and drawing the foul.
Big call there.
They've been to the free throw line. This will be 21 and 22 times. And they get into the lane, and Seattle has bailed them out. This is a bailout right here. She had a, that's
where's
just,
the contact?
Oh boy.
Where's the contact?
It's a bailout call, I will say that. Bailout call. If you're Stewie, she didn't do much there to initiate contact at all.
Free throw good, back to 10. Tamara Young has just been remarkable in the second half. She's got 17 on the game. Young 11 in the fourth quarter. Lloyd with 2:56 left. Gotta make something happen quickly. Tough shot. Tries to follow it, can't do it. Rebound McBride.
Too much of a force into the lane. A lot of bodies waiting for Jewel Lloyd. You gotta work quickly. She's just trying to get points on the board. Maybe come down with the O board.
9 on the shot clock. Here's Park with 6. Harassed by Howard to Wilson. This'll do it. Doesn't go in though. Hart still beaten. Canada to Brianna. Can we get a nice 5-point turnaround? Yes, we can. Could have been 13. Instead, it's 8. Young with it. Lane Bear decides no timeouts, even though he's got 3 left. High-low Park. And a foul on Stewart, and a 19-year-old Sue Park will go to the free throw line for the and one. Great feed. High-low for Vegas.
I grew up in Miami with 3 older brothers and an older sister. They definitely pushed me towards basketball, and they helped me get better.
How do you stop Sylvia Fowles?
I was eager to learn because I always wanted to impress. It just made me a better person. I always felt like I can do anything. That's just that drive that keeps me going. Like, how can I be better than I was last year?
Denied by Sylvia Fowles.
I'm here to work.
He was born at 31 weeks, so 2.5 months early. Going through a C-section in a way was a little traumatic for me. One night, the nurse helped me go to the bathroom, and then she helped me walk me back to my bed, and I just started crying, and I was like, I have never been this weak in my life. She's like, it's okay. That's to be expected. To be that vulnerable was really hard for me. Even though maybe I knew it would get better, I just needed to hear it.
The volunteers for King County Search and Rescue are heroes. These volunteers give up time with their family and hours on their job to go out on the call. They don't do this for themselves, but rather out of the goodness of their heart for complete strangers. When they go out on their rescues, they save lives. They saved mine.
Carter Subaru is proud to support King County Search and Rescue. Now get 0% financing only at Carter Subaru.
I'm more of a cerebral player. My parents are both immigrants. They've always emphasized education, and that made me a better player.
Elizabeth Williams, beautifully done.
I like watching film. I like reading the scouting reports. I like that approach to the game. This season, I'm focusing on having more of a leadership role. I want to be the person that people can look up to. I'm here to work.
Seattle Children's a proud sponsor of the Doppler train. There it is right there. Look at all those kids. And some older kids as well. It's a Kia Arena's tradition. Seattle Children's mission is to provide hope, care, and cures to help every child live the healthiest and most fulfilling life possible. Dick Fain along with Elise Woodward, and we're pretty stunned by what we're seeing here tonight. As Vegas has brought it, Seattle has not. Asia Wilson and Sue Park have combined for 26 rebounds and each have career highs tonight in boards. Asia with 15, Park with 11. Shot no good, tip back to Vegas, and they can take 24 more off.
Yeah, that's a killer right there. And the offensive rebound, what Seattle has not been able to do consistently on their end, Vegas gets a huge one.
Asia Wilson driving in over the back. Could have gotten one of those earlier. Park has a tendency to want to kind of stand away and flip the ball to herself over the opponent. I've seen that a 3 times tonight, but finally got called on one.
Yeah, but for Park, that's a great hustle play. Just trying to continuing to go to the glass. Coaches don't mind those kind of fouls when you're just working at a really high rate.
Needs some threes now. That's something that's been few and far between for Seattle. They are 4 of 23. Boyd with it. She'll test her hand at one. Off the back iron. Rebound McBride, and that will be that. McBride's going to work the 24 off and get it down to about $1.10 left. Still a double-digit advantage. Steal by Howard. Canada just blown up there, and Hamby steals it and lays it up and in.
Yeah, unfortunate. Seattle trying to push tempo. Hamby knew it, just waited in the wind, just waited there to grab that right from Canada.
Skata Lewis spinning as Stewie. Shot blocked by Wilson. Back to Howard, toes up the stripe. That one's off. All black shirts in there. It has been a rebounding destruction tonight by the Las Vegas Aces. 46-29 on the glass tonight.
I'll tell you.
Goodness.
Asia Wilson is the real deal. We all knew it, but she just continues to confirm it game after game. She had 35 and 10 a short time ago, and then today already 27 and 9. One more board, and she's got another double-double.
Well, the question that needs to be asked, Elise, is how often are you going to sit Sue Bird? Because they've sat her twice this year for rest, and they're 0-2. They're 8-2 when she plays. And you can't afford, if you really see yourself as a top 3 team in the WNBA and want to grab one of those first-round buys in the top 4, you need Sue Bird to play. And she did not play tonight. And they got stung, and they got stung in the early going, trailing 17-3 right off the back. They make a nice rally, come back, take the lead by as much as 6, but then Vegas really smokes them in the fourth quarter and wraps up an 89-77 win. We'll be back to give you all the totals next. This is Storm Basketball.
It's easy to overlook me.
Dupree again.
Being quiet makes people forget that I'm on the court. I'm not flashy. I just get the job done.
Pretty makes it look so easy.
I'm just trying to lead by example, working towards making myself better. Just trying to work hard every possession on the floor. I'm demanding a lot of myself and of my teammates to take us to that next level. I'm here to work.
I'm more of a cerebral player. My parents are both immigrants. They've always emphasized education, and that made me a better player.
Elizabeth Williams, beautifully done.
I like watching film. I like reading the scouting reports. I like that approach to the game. This season, I'm focusing on having more of a leadership role. I want to be the person that people can look up to. I'm here to work.
$89-77, the final score. Don't forget, WNBA All-Star voting is now open. Vote for your favorite Storm players each day at WNBA.com or on Twitter using the first and last name along with the hashtag WNBA vote. Well, I'll tell you who I'll be voting for after this game. Hey, there's an All-Star right there, Lauren Jackson. But the All-Star tonight was Asia Wilson. 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 11 of 19 from the field. There is nothing she didn't do well tonight.
Yeah, she's a star. There's no question about it. I love the way she plays the game. I love that, again, the WNBA is blessed with some bigs right now that are epically good.
Yeah.
I mean, with Brittany Griner and Tina Charles and Asia Wilson coming in and Brianna Stewart and Sylvia Fowles. I mean, you could go on. And, Liz Cambage coming in this year.
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about bigs that we haven't seen this collection of bigs forever. It has been awesome to see, and she put on a show today.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight from Seattle. And in this 5-game homestand, Seattle is 2-2, and their 2 games that they have lost have been ugly. Against Atlanta and tonight against Vegas. They dropped to 8-4 on the season. Vegas improves to 4-9 as Las Vegas outscores Seattle 25-13 in the fourth quarter to snap a tie at 64 at the end of the third and win it by a final of 89-77. For Elise Woodward, Bob Akamian, Dick Fain saying so long. We'll talk to you next time.